Hi, this is Justin with More Business Today, and in this video I'm going to give you an overview of the different layouts and how to add layouts to a page or lay out a page, how the rows and the columns and stuff work. So one of the quickest ways to create a layout is by using one of the add elements. So if you go to add elements, you have, and you scroll down, and you have like 2 column, 3 column, 4 column. So if you want something that simple, then you could use that. And if I drag this over, I can drag it so that it's between rows or whatever. And when I highlight over it, then you have 3 different columns. And so then I can add in, text and image and whatever, more text. So another way to do it is there's actually, when you scroll down further, there's some different kind of sections that you can do if you have a layout that you know is going to be something like this. So like a set of images or image. This is a list. So you can play with some of those layouts. For the most part, I'm just going to show you the basics of it because there are so many different varieties. But I want to show you a couple things. Yeah, you have rows and you have columns. So if I want to have 2 columns up here and 3 columns down here, then I need to have 2 rows, just like I do there. Now, if I want to move a row, unlike everything else, which is drag and drop, then the rows move using these little arrows. So if I want to drop that row down, I have to click on that little arrow. I click on row and there's a little arrow. Also, I can add a row. When I click on row, there's an add a row there. I can also, and see that adds a row here, but it just adds a row without any columns in it. Now I can also add a column. So on the row, I can do add column, and boom, it added a 3rd column to my this row. And if I want to delete the column, I can highlight the column and hit delete. So this is important to understand. It's a good idea to understand how the layouts work a little bit. You can see that we have a row, and then we have a column, and then we have a row. We have a row with 2 columns, and then we have another row that doesn't, so that we can have this line here. Then we have another one with 2 columns. So you can kind of see why we did that. The other thing that goes along with the layout is the way that the titles are handled. So the title is a separate element in the column, and even when you have a row with just 1 column, there's still a column. It's just 1 column, but the titles are separate in here. And I'll cover titles a little more deeply in a different video. But you can see here you have large title, and then down here is large title and small title. So you can drag over a title. You can see it added the title here, and you see it's an H3. Again, I'll cover titles a little deeper later, but it's good to know that when I click on this text here and edit, I'm not editing the title. If I want to click on the title, if I want to edit the title, I have to click on the title and hit edit text, and then the same kind of thing comes up. And again, deleting titles is easy too. So, and as far as rows go, as far as layouts go, you can have some typical layouts. If you look through here, one of the typical layouts is going to be the like images with buttons. Drag. Another thing I want to note here is that when you're dragging something over, you can you have to watch where the little bar is that shows you where it's going to drop it. So, although to be fair, deleting it, moving it. So if I drop this, I wanted it above here. Moving it is really easy. I just hit that, and there, now that's where I want it to be. So it's not all that hard if you end up dropping it in the wrong spot. It's more of a problem if you end up dropping it in the footer or the header, just because it would be on every page then. But see, you could have this. Normally, this kind of layout, what I would do is I'd add in a paragraph of text between the image and the button on each of these. But anyhow, so the layouts, oh, I should note too here on the layouts, when you have between the two columns or 3 columns, however many columns you have, then if you put your mouse between them, you can adjust the size, and it's not finite. You can't do any size, but it just stops in spots, like 1/3, 2/3, 2/5. Yeah, and there's just various sizes there. So you can do that in order to manipulate the look more. I think that's all I'm going to cover on layouts. Again, if you have any questions, as always, let me know. Thanks.